Hello, my fire signs. Mel Bell here with your reading for October for my Leos, Sagittarius, and Aries. And if you are new here, thank you for stopping by. I do these every month for all the signs, basically, and as elements, so earth, air, fire, water. And I also do weekly angel readings and other things I've got on the stove. So if you find that you like the content, please do like, share, subscribe, and let me know. Comment, tell me how you feel. Also, if you are a subscriber, I really appreciate your support and also your trust and the messages that I am sharing. Please keep in mind that this is a general reading meant to touch many people, and so not all of the whole reading will align with you. Sometimes it does, and that's great too. So starting off with, in the self position is the Nine of Cups, which is really great to be in the self position. Definitely signaling a time for you to sit and think about what you desire, because this is the wish fulfillment card. You want to make sure that you are aligned with what you desire, what you truly desire, and make sure that you have your thoughts clear on how to move forward. And as you see behind her, there's many cups, many possibilities, and her back is turned on them. So that's important to me in the imagery, that her back is turned on them, because that's kind of what you have to do for a moment, is turn your back on all of the swirling possibilities and get grounded in yourself and clear in your mind of what's important to you. Okay, what's important to you. And for that, because in the situation is the Ace of Wands, which is a very charged, active card, meaning new beginnings are coming, change is happening. There's going to be a lot of things to do, a lot of things to focus on. And maybe not all those things deserve your focus or are worth your focus or really affect your future. So you want to be able to zone in on exactly what's important, and also prioritizing things. Some things may be less important, but also still important, right? Still needs to be done, but you may find that there's such an active time coming that you need to prioritize things so that the most important things get done. And if other things don't get done, they can be focused on later. So this might be very much about work. But it can also be about home life. It can be about projects you're wanting to do, or even as simple as wanting to do a full clean of your home, and you don't know how much energy you're going to have. So maybe you want to make sure that you pick a few priorities. This is going to make me feel really good if I get this completed. It'd be nice if I got that completed too. So you prioritize what is going to have the biggest impact for you. And if it's at work, what is going to have the biggest impact for the team? If it's regarding family, if it's events or outings, what is going to be the most fulfilling? So you think about what aspects of your life that message may be for. The energy coming in is the Ten of Wands. This is the external energy. This is energy coming in that's not really it's not always in your control. So this energy coming in is a message to you to drop the burden. So if you are overburdened, it's time to delegate tasks, and ask for help where you need it. And if you're carrying something that is no longer beneficial, you need to ask yourself, why am I still carrying that? Do I need to drop it? Like, can someone else take it? Maybe someone else wants it. That could be work related. It can also be how household tasks are distributed. Maybe you have roommates and not everybody's carrying their weight and you're resentful. There's so many different ways this can show up in your life, but the message here is to drop the burden, and wherever necessary, lighten your load. Okay. Now, here in the challenge position is the King of Cups. And the message is very clear to me here is about mastering your emotions and leveling up in that way where you are able to feel, understand, and process your emotions and act accordingly so that there's less regret about saying things that you maybe meant but isn't the nicest thing to say, or maybe you just didn't say it in the nicest way. Managing anger, making sure that it does not lead you. The King of Cups is there to help you to master your emotions and also just work that empathy muscle. Okay, now in the future, the Three of Cups is success with others, meaning like there's things to be celebrated in the near future, and most likely other people are involved, and so maybe some of dropping this burden helps a positive outcome. Okay, and then your wild card, the Eight of Pentacles, that just talks to me about a lot of work. And that sounds very not fun, right? But it's work you want to do. It's things you want to do. It's things that need to be done. And there's just a lot of activity. There's a lot of activity going on. And so make sure that you are managing that well. And that means that you are taking care of yourself. You're getting good rest. Your diet is good. You're eating foods that help you feel energized and not sluggish. And just make sure that you are taking care of yourself and your body and breathing. Make sure that you are deep breathing. Sometimes when we're stressed or overloaded, we breathe shallow, or sometimes we hold our breath and then we find ourselves sighing because that's the way our body is getting more oxygen, basically. And again, drop the burden. If you feel overburdened, you need to really look at that. You really need to look at that and see where you can drop some of your burden. And sometimes we're emotionally burdened. We are emotionally overburdened, I should say. And sometimes that's where we need to let go. We need to find ways to let go. All right, so this is Denise Lynn, the Sacred Traveler deck. We're going to see what the message is here for my fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, for the month of October. There we go. Okay. Is that it? Nope, there's another card in here. One moment, bear with me. Got to get the right card or it's not the right message. So I have to trust the process there. Okay. All right, so that's very interesting. Support is all around you, fellow travelers, okay? So that is the whole delegation, making sure that everybody is sharing the workload and the duties, things that have to be done. Make sure everybody plays their part in your household, at your job. Make sure that you are not the one that everybody puts all the load on. Yeah, it's okay for you to ask for help and make sure that the workload is balanced for you. Also, this is talking about sort of meeting people who are like you, and in whatever way that means for you, that you guys have shared interests, and maybe you lack that in your current life and you need to seek these people out. So maybe there's a meetup group you can go to, or maybe you meet people from a yoga class or a meditation circle. So wherever that falls in for you, if you're dieting, join a support group, and maybe you find friends that way, and you guys sync in that common goal. So it can be a lot of different things, but the important message here is that you're not alone, and that you are supported by people. And if that is lacking in your life, that it's important to find your tribe. And our tribe is not always just a steady thing. It can change. It can fluctuate as you fluctuate, okay? So sometimes you will meet people just on the basis of this one thing that I'm doing now, and then you stop doing that thing and you fall out of that, and you sync with other travelers, you know? It changes too, and that's okay. Reaching your destination, your light is shining brightly, okay? So keep in mind that it doesn't always seem that way. It does not always seem that way, because sometimes things are really hard and difficult. Why are you shaking like that? Things are really hard and difficult sometimes, and we think that nothing is going to come together, and that is an illusion. Our mind is playing this trick on us that is coloring our perception of our current life. And what's really happening is things are falling into place. We just can't see it. And so there's a bit of trust that is needed, that you are reaching your destination. As long as you are doing your very best every day, you are going to get where you need to go, okay? And it's a really good card for you. It's a really good message that you're on the right path and that you are headed toward great things. You are. All right, so last deck, Oracle of the Seven Energies by Colette Baron Reed. Let's see how many cards want to come out for this one. I think I want one more. I see you right in here. Ah, but there's two of this set. Okay, fine, both. All right. Okay, here we go, you guys. Starting on a merry motive. So, a merry motive. So sorry that my camera's doing that. Maybe you guys don't see it. But it's driving me a little crazy. A merry motive. So basically this is about you, what your intentions are. Like back to here. Getting clear on what you want and what you want to focus on, because there is a lot of things that are going to start popping off. And I say popping off, I don't mean in a bad way, but it's just going to be a lot of activity, a lot of things vying for your attention, basically. And make sure that you are aligned with your desires, what your motive is, what is it that you're looking to achieve, and that's where you're putting your focus on. And then we got a grand symphony. Okay, so things are always, it's never just us, right? There's always other players. There's always other things happening around us. It is a symphony, all the different instruments. the orchestrator. So keeping in mind that most things that happen to us don't happen to us individually. It is a part of a bigger picture. And we are experiencing things in a symphony. There's all these other people experiencing things as well. Fellow travelers on the path that are also going on their journeys, and we meet them, and we sometimes share the same journey for a little while, and that happens in work, and then also like with family, especially our immediate family. We are often, when I say immediate, I'm talking about household. So maybe like myself, I live alone, but if you live with somebody or somebody, so you guys are sharing that same journey. Okay. But just keeping in mind, everything that happens doesn't just happen to you. Sometimes things happen to you for somebody else. You might be one of the star players in somebody else's story. And so we are never on this path alone. When at work you're doing a great job, but your great job might be benefiting someone else that needed that star player on their team. So try to keep that perspective that it's not just us alone. Lastly, a deep breath, okay? So make sure that you are breathing. Make sure that you are not holding your breath. Make sure that you are not shallow breathing. Make sure that you are paying attention to your breath. Sometimes when we get overwhelmed by too much going on, it's just important to stop and focus on our breathing for a moment and ground us back into reality and into our inner selves and get us grounded. Okay. So again, in the self position of her sitting there, getting grounded, not being overwhelmed by her choices behind her and the things that are coming forward to be manifested, just really getting centered. So that is going to be what's going to help carry you in the month of October, is getting centered and grounded and focusing on what you want and what is going to benefit you the most, and delegating tasks and asking for support and assistance, empowering others to do things as well. And yeah, I believe that's it for now. So thank you for tuning in and for watching this reading. And I hope you have a wonderful October. And thanks again. Bye, everybody.